Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Discover with Jesse. Hope everyone is doing fine. How is everyone doing? Okay, wherever you're watching me from, I want to say a very big thank you to you because without you, there wouldn't be Discover with Jesse. Because if you are not watching my videos, then I'll be discouraged. But because you guys have been showing me massive love, watching my videos, sharing them, so this has encouraged me and motivated me to even do more. So today guys, I want to talk about something. What is that thing I want to talk about? Who started it first? Okay, before I answer this question, I want to first of all tell you that Nigeria and Ghana, in the past we have had good and sad and bad or sad relationship. Sometimes we are good and sometimes we are bad, and then we make amendments and we are good again. And Nigeria and Ghana, when people talk about them, it looks as if they are neighbors, like they share common boundary. But that's not the case actually, because they are not. We don't share common boundary with Ghana, but because they are English, is an English speaking country, and Nigeria is also an English speaking country. You know, plus the cultural similarities and all that. So it now looks as if Nigeria and Ghana are neighbors. So we are not actually, we don't actually share border. You have to pass Benin Republic, Togo before you get to Ghana. That's if you're going from Nigeria. Then if you're coming from Ghana to Nigeria, you have to pass Togo, then Benin Republic, then you get to Nigeria. Okay. So this question, who started it first? Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is not to ignite any form of, uh, hatred or quarrel between Nigeria and Ghana. No, not at all. My audience, my viewers can attest to the fact that I love Ghana so much, and I also love my own country, Nigeria. That's where I come from, and I'm proud to be a Nigerian. I also love my country so much. But today, I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk about this. What am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about who did it first. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. This video is an interesting one, so please don't skip. Watch from the beginning to the end. So the question again, who started it first? It was Ghana. Ghana did it first. Ghana deported Nigerians first. A whole lot of Ghanaians that don't really know what happened, what transpired, what happened, back then. They think that it was Nigeria that just deported Ghanaians just like that first. And some of them, have this grievance, oh, that Nigeria, some of them even say it when you go to their country, they will tell you, Nigerians, now you are coming to our country, but you people deported us. No, that's not it. Ghana did it first. Ghana deported Nigeria first, and then later Nigeria deported Ghanaians, and then they were agitated, they were irritated, they were angry and all that. Okay, and nobody's happy when your brother is actually, no, we are not happy that it happened like that, but it happened. Okay, so now let's go back to history. Okay, now in the 20th century, Nigerians were already living in Ghana as far back as 1939, 1935. I think there were a lot of Nigerians living in Ghana. In 1939 or 1937, I think 57,000 something Nigerians were already living in Ghana. They were doing very well. They were traders. They were cocoa farmers. They did menial jobs. They worked in factories, and they were doing very fine. They were adding, to the socio-economic, whatever of Ghana. Okay, like they were doing very, 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 very well. Okay, so then I think in 1969, the then Prime Minister of Ghana, which is I think it's Kofi Abrefa Busia, in the year 1969. Okay, he started deporting Nigerians. That was 1969 December. and it entered into the early 1970s. A lot of Nigerians, not just Nigerians actually, but they say these illegal migrants living in Ghana were deported. And as at that time, Nigeria had a whole lot of population, living in Ghana. Okay, I think Nigerians were the ones that were most affected from the deportation. Okay, so in 1969, Kofi Abrefa Busia enacted the GACU, which is Ghana Alliance Compliant Order. Okay, it was enacted by Kofi Abrefa Busia in 1969. So they were like all illegal migrants. They didn't have residential permits, that they had to leave Ghana. Okay, so this is how it started. So Nigerians were taken to camps. It was done in a militarized fashion. Abruptly, Nigerians, they just think people should go, and Nigerians were kept in camps. They did not provide adequate transportation. They did not provide no welfare and all that. Okay, so Nigerians went through a lot then. And then 140,000 Nigerians out of the 191,000 something Nigerians that were living in Ghana at that time, they were deported back to Nigeria. They were deported back to Nigeria. So I'm going to take you back now before this deportation. Okay, so before 1969, okay, the Ghanaians were already calling for deportation of illegal migrants, because Ghana was going through passing through some hardship, unemployment, massive unemployment. So the people were calling for illegal migrants to leave the country. That this was going to help them to get jobs. They believe that these illegal migrants were the ones taking over, and if you continue to leave them, that they are going to take over, and them, and rendering so many Ghanaians unemployed. So they started pushing, okay, for illegal migrants to be deported. So in that, the GACU enactment was in response to this call by the Ghanaians. You understand? So in 1969, a whole lot of Nigerians and Africans, illegal migrants, were deported. So this affected Nigerians a whole lot, because those families that they were deported back to Nigeria, unorganized. Some of them even had wives in Ghana, and they couldn't come back to Nigeria with their wives. Okay, some of them properties in Ghana, they couldn't take those properties. They lost a whole lot of a whole lot of things. They lost, in Ghana. So prior to 1969, there were also individual deportations in Ghana. Okay, some Nigerians, wealthy Nigerians living in Ghana, they were individually, they were deported back to Nigeria. Okay, before the Exodus, the 1969 deportation of illegal migrants living in Ghana. Okay, so I'm going to say this now. I'm going to explain this video so even a layman can understand. So there was a time in Ghana, Ghana was affluent. Ghana was doing very fine. Ghana was rich at that time. So a whole lot of Africans, Burkina Faso, Togolese, Benin Republic, Ivory Coast, so they were trooping into Ghana. They were trooping into Ghana, to work and make ends meet, to do business and all that. So you see, it's not even today that Nigerians started coming to Ghana to do business. So they have been coming to Ghana. So we have, that relationship has been there. So it got to a time the Ghanaians felt that these African migrants are taking over. They are now the one, and if they give them the chance, they may start even controlling the economy. Okay. And this is going to, and according to them, it was going to affect them because they, at the time they started going through little hardship, like massive unemployment. So the Ghanaians, they were like, these people need to go. These people need to go so that they don't take over everything, and then we won't have anything to do. So they mounted pressure on their government and told their government to do something. So the government made policies, to help the situation. And one of the policies is the GACO. Okay, the GACO enactment that I just told you about. So it affected a whole lot of Africans living in Ghana. So Ghana was so Ghana was well to do then. The Gold Coast, a lot of Nigerians, trooped into Ghana, okay, to live, even do business and all that. So, but you see what happened in 1969. So they were deported. So you can imagine, out of 190 something thousand Nigerians, 140,000, was deported back to Nigeria. And as at that time, it wasn't so convenient for Nigeria when these people were deported. In 1970, Nigeria just ended its civil war, so it wasn't so easy. Now these people that were sent back to Nigeria, it was difficult for them because they came back. It was even difficult for them to resettle, start up life again and all that. But that's in the past. The purpose of this video is just for educational purposes, to also let some Ghanaians know, because some Ghanaians think that we just deported them, that we started it. No, they actually started it. Okay, but that's by the way. That's by the way. So post Nigerian deportation, how has the relationship been? Okay, so later, things became bad in Ghana economically. Like, things weren't going well for our brothers and sisters in Ghana. So they started coming to Nigeria. Now Nigeria in the 70s, there was oil boom. There was oil boom in Nigeria, and Nigeria was putting out a whole lot of oil from selling a whole lot of crude. So there was so much money in Nigeria then. As at that time, things were rough for our Ghanaian brothers. So many of them had to leave Ghana. Many of them had to travel to other countries for greener pastures, just like the same way Nigerians came to your country, for greener pastures those days. So it was now what happened. So Ghanaians also were also coming to Nigeria and other countries. So they came to Nigeria. Also, they were doing jobs. They were gardeners. They were laborers. Some of them were doing nannies, doing nanny job here in Nigeria. Many of them were doing one manner of jobs. Okay, so in 1980, is it 1980? Sorry, it's 1983. So in 1983, the then president of Nigeria, the first executive president of Nigeria, Shehu Shagari, said that illegal West African migrants had to leave, the country. If you aren't residing in Nigeria legally, you have to leave. Okay, so a whole lot of Ghanaians were affected. Not just Ghanaians, so many West African countries too, but 1 million Ghanaians were affected. So they had to leave Nigeria. Some of them saw this as a retaliation by Nigeria for the 1969 deportation of Nigerians. Okay, some of them saw this as a retaliation. So that's how about we have the Ghana must go. So there's this plastic bags that the Ghanaians used in packing their stuff. So it was later called, I think, Ghana must go. So the Ghanaians had to go back to their country, and their country at that time was going through economic hardship and famine. I think so. So it wasn't easy in their country. A whole lot of them went through a whole lot while going back to their country. But that is that. you see, when it was done to them, they weren't happy about it. So that's the same way we are feeling when it was done, it was being done to us. But that's the past, and this doesn't stop the fact that Nigeria and Ghana, we have a good relationship. We are like brothers and sisters. We are always there for each other. We speak English, they speak English. Sometimes people even think, like I said, that Nigeria and Ghana, that we share border. We don't share border, but we share love, strong love, great love for one another. We are these two countries are wonderful countries. And since after these sad incidents that happened between Nigeria and Ghana, let me tell you something. The relationship has strengthened. Now our artists and their artists, come together and produce good music. We do music together. Sasa Akode has featured some artists from Nigeria. Nigerian artists are featured from in Ghana also. You watch Nollywood movies and you see Ghanaian actors and actresses, starring in the movies and all that. So it has been love since after this ugly incident, and we don't want this to happen again. Okay, we don't want this to happen again, and we want West Africa, to keep moving, forward, and let's not allow some incidents like this to bring pain and hurt us. Okay, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I love you guys wherever you're watching from. I want to say stay safe and enjoy your day. Bye. See you in my next video.